Nearly 700,000 youths took the 2-hour test last year in the OECD's 38 mostly developed country members and 44 non-members for the latest study, closely watched by policymakers as the largest international comparison of educational performance.
Overall, the 2022 assessment saw an unprecedented drop in performance across the OECD. Compared to 2018, mean performance fell by 10 score points in reading and by almost 15 score points in maths, which is equivalent to half a year's worth of learning progress in reading and 3/4 of a year's worth in mathematics.
Compared to when the tests were last conducted in 2018, reading performance fell by 10 points on average in OECD countries and by 15 points in mathematics, a loss equivalent to 3/4 of a year's worth of learning. While more than half of the 81 countries surveyed saw declines, Germany, Iceland, the Netherlands, Norway and Poland saw particularly sharp drops in mathematics scores, the OECD said.
This 2022 assessment, which focuses on mathematics, saw a sharp decline in maths performance 3 times greater than any previous consecutive change. The downturn on maths results in 2022 was particularly significant in countries like Germany, Iceland, Norway and Poland, which all saw a drop of 25 score points or more in maths. Yet the decline in performance in all 3 fields measured can only partially be attributed to the COVID-19 pandemic.
On average, across the OECD, 1 out of 4 15-year-olds tested as a low performer in maths, reading and science, which means they could not use basic algorithms or interpret simple texts, the study found. Poorer results tended to be associated with higher rates of mobile phone use for leisure and where schools reported teacher shortages.
The pandemic certainly played some role. We see clearly that countries like Brazil that closed schools for longer had in generally a disadvantage in terms of learning outcomes. But we've seen other trends. You could see, digital distractions, and that is true also for students in Brazil. There's a high share of young people basically feeling anxious, distracted by the digital devices in classrooms. I think that's a factor. The decline in parental support. We have seen how important parents are, at home and also in engaging with school, and that has dropped. All of those things could have played a role in the decline.
The OECD said the decline was not inevitable, pointing to Singapore, where students scored the highest in maths, reading and science, with results that suggested they were on average 3 to 5 years ahead of their OECD peers. After Singapore, Macau, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan and South Korea also outperformed in maths and science, where Estonia and Canada also scored well.